So for this class, all you need is a chair and one without wheels for safety purposes, of course. And then one without arms is great, but if you have arms, no problem. As always, you're the best teacher in the room. So be kind and be gentle with yourself. Get to your edge, comfort, discomfort. See if you can lean into it a little bit, but nothing ever that compromises a joint, a muscle, whatever. So if you have any burning sensations, any numbness, any tingling, that's your body letting you know to back out. But this is a very, very gentle practice anyways. So go ahead, come to your chair, come seated, feet are flat on the earth. So if you're leaning back in the chair, just sit so that you have a nice tall spine. Rest the hands down onto your knees and shut down the eyes. Start to just land into this moment, calling all the pieces of yourself from the day, from the week, from the month, from the year, from the last 20 years. Calling all the pieces of yourself to be here in the now. Feel the bottom of your feet grounding you and connecting you to the earth. Sit with a nice tall spine. Crown of the head is opening up, reaching up towards the heaven. Shoulder blades pull back. Lift with the heart, lift with the chest. Chin is slightly tucked. There's a nice straight line from the crown of your head all the way down to your tailbone. Soften your jaw and smooth out your forehead. And start to check in with your body. Notice where you're holding on to any areas of tension or tightness. Start at the feet and move your way up to the ankles, the shins and the calves, the knees, the thighs, the glutes, the small of the back, the belly, chest, the whole back, the shoulders. Notice if they are creeped up to the bottom of the ears, and maybe just soften them a little bit more. All the way down the arms to the palms. Bringing your awareness to the throat, to the back of the neck, the jaw, skull, the ears, the eyes, the nose, the forehead, and the crown of the head. Just observing your physical body in this moment. Shifting that awareness inward, and notice how you're feeling mentally, emotionally, spiritually. If you're feeling depleted or energized, happy or sad, calm or anxious, maybe you're a combination of things, maybe you have no idea how you're doing, all is perfect. And then bring your awareness to that breath and observe how the air moves in and out of your body without changing anything about it just yet, without judging, without wanting it to be any different than it is. Just observe your breath in this moment. Sit nice and tall. Notice if you're using the full capacity of your lungs, or perhaps the breath is restricted to the upper chest, where we all too often tend to breathe. And when we breathe only in the upper chest, we create a lot of feelings of anxiety and depression, and physically we pull down on the traps in the shoulders and we round them in, closing off the heart chakra. So observe the quality of your breath. And then when you're ready, start to deepen and lengthen each inhale and exhale. So as you inhale, push the belly out away from you. Fill up the lungs. Bring the breath all the way up through the collarbone. Pause at the top. And release through an open mouth. Like you're blowing out candles or even fogging up the bathroom mirror. Inhale, push the belly out. Fill up your lungs. Let the chest rise up. Hold your breath up at the top. Maybe take another sip or two of air if you have it. And then when you're ready, let it all out. Good. One more. Take a nice, deep, long inhale. Filling up the lungs, bringing that breath all the way up through the collarbone, pausing at the top, and then exhale through an open mouth. Opening up the eyes. Inhale to bring those shoulders up to the bottom of the ears, and then exhale to push them back, rounding them back. So making nice large circles, move nice and slow. Those hands can stay right on the knees. Good. And then if it feels good, switch directions. So rolling the shoulders forward for 3 to 5 rolls. Good. And then come back to a nice tall spine. Extend out the left hand. The palm faces forward. So it's kind of like a hitchhiker thumb. And then bring the right ear to the right shoulder. And there's a nice soft bend in that right elbow. Feet are still flat to the earth. Feel that stretch in the left side along the neck. And then what we're going to do is we're going to draw the chin down to the chest and bring the thumb to point down towards the earth on the exhale. And then inhale, turn the palm face up and lift the chin up. Exhaling, flipping the palm back so the thumb points down and the chin draws to the chest. And we keep that right ear floating towards the right shoulder. And then inhale, lifting the chin and facing the palm forward. So moving with your own breath. There's no tension in the jaw. Inhaling to open everything up. And exhaling to bring everything down to the earth. Good. Last one on this side. Inhale. Fill up your lungs. And exhale. Bringing the thumb face down. And then keep that ear stretched down towards the right shoulder, but bring the left hand to the knee. Good. And then inhale that head back to center, to neutral. Go ahead and release that right arm down towards the floor. Drop the left ear to the left shoulder. Take a few breaths here just to observe any tension. Notice what you're working with. One side might be tighter than the other. You might be working with an injury on one side. Good. Then take a nice long deep inhale. Lift that chin up slightly, and then as you exhale, chin to chest, thumb rotates down towards the earth. Inhale to open. Lift the chin and the thumb up. And exhale, bringing everything down to the earth. Moving with your own breath. There's no tension in the jaw. Inhaling, lift the chin up. Spin that thumb up towards the ceiling, maybe even back a little bit. And exhale, drawing everything down towards the earth. Good. 2 more. Filling up your lungs on the inhale and fully completing the exhale. Last one. Inhale, chin comes up, thumb comes up. Exhale, bring everything down. Good. Then bring that head right, left ear to left shoulder, but bring the right hand back down. And then float back to neutral. Good. Hands are on the knees, and we're going to do some seated cats and cows. So as you inhale, lead forward with the chest. And as you exhale, round everything back. Drop the chin to the chest. Those fingertips are planted nice into the knees. Feet are still flat to the earth. Make sure there's equal pressure in both. Inhale, opening up that chest, drawing the shoulders back, maybe lifting the chin up just a little bit, and exhale, rounding everything out, releasing those shoulder blades away from each other and dropping the chin to the chest. Inhale to open up, and exhale, rounding everything in. 2 more. Inhale to open. Lift that chin up towards the heavens. If that's okay with your neck, lift with your heart. Exhale, round everything back. Last one. Inhale. Lift the chest. Draw the head back. Chin lifts up towards the heavens. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest. Good. And then come back to a nice neutral spine. Go ahead and step those feet a little bit further apart, maybe hip distance apart. And then you're going to bring that left shoulder to the right knee and make your way all the way around and then coming back. Move nice and slowly. Inhaling as we come forward, and exhaling as we round back. And feel that in your hips, feel that in your core, feel that in the sides of your body, feel it in your chest. It's a nice movement here. The solar plexus loves this type of movement, and so does the sacral chakra. So our relationship to money, power, our willpower, our creativity center. Good. 2 more in this direction, and then we'll come back to neutral and switch. Last one. Really bring that shoulder over to the opposite knee. Good. And then come back to neutral. Kind of readjust yourself. And now bring that right shoulder to left knee, and then start creating those nice long hip swivels, circles in the opposite direction. There's no tension in the jaw. Eyes can be closed here as well. As always with any yoga poses that you do, I tend to practice 90% of my own home practice with my eyes closed. Just a way for me to really tune in with my body and to notice every micro movement that's going on. My body is constantly letting me know things. So one day, each day is different. Each day my body's letting me know that something is going on or something needs to be worked with. Good, make sure you're not gripping with your toes. 2 more in this direction. Good. Last one. Make it a good one. Come all the way around. And then make your way back to center and heel toe those feet back. Good. Sit nice and tall. Shut down your eyes. Take a moment. Let all of that settle. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Nice long deep inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Opening up the eyes. So we're going to start to lift one leg and then plant it right back down and then lift the other. The hands can stay on the knees, or if you feel more stable, you can hold the bottom of your chair. Move nice and slow, and you're going to feel your core engage here. So it's kind of like we're marching, and wherever your knee comes up is perfect. It can even just be a little bit of a lift off the ground. But we want to keep the upper body nice and straight, and we really want to focus on that core strength, on that core stability. Long, deep breathing. There's no tension in the jaw. Good. And notice as you plant the foot down, be extremely mindful and tuned in with your body with each toe that makes contact, and then finally the middle of the foot and the heel of the foot. So we're so present right now that we feel each and every movement of the foot leaving the earth and returning back to the earth. And if you're practicing this during the day, you can always pick up the pace a little bit. At night, you might want to move a little bit more slower, but it just depends. Maybe you had a really rough day. Walk it out. Good. Okay, so the next time that your left leg is up, take those hands, interlace the hands right underneath the knee or the thigh, and then we're going to extend the foot out. Bring it back to center, and then lower it down and switch to the other side. So we're going to lift, interlace those hands right underneath the kneecap where the knee meets the thigh, extend the foot out, bring it back to that stepping position, and then bring it down. So with your own breath, with your own pace. And again, if the foot doesn't fully extend, that's fine. Wherever so that you feel this stretch in the hamstring, in the calves. We do want those toes to point up so you feel that stretch in the bottom of the foot too. If you have plantar fasciitis or flat feet in general, this is going to feel really, really good. And it's really, really important to make sure that you stretch that, because that can lead to a lot of back pain, sciatic pain. So just keep going back and forth. Get that nice stretch. And stay mindful with how you feel those toes planting down onto the earth and leaving the earth. A few more on each side. It's like kicking away. If you did have a bad day, kick it away. Last time on each side. Good. And then coming back to neutral. Take that right foot and cross at the ankle. So the right foot is crossed over at the left knee. One hand rests on the ankle, one hand rests on the knee. Sit nice and tall. Inhale here. And then as you exhale, start to lead with your heart, lead with the chest. You're gonna feel that along the outside of that thigh, maybe right even into the glute. So wherever feels good for you. Gaze can be down in front of you, keeping a nice neutral spine. There's no tension in the jaw. The other option, if this is not a good enough stretch for you, you can cradle that foot into your arm and lift up. That's another way to feel that. So breathing here. Maybe use that ujjayi breathing, that audible breath at the back of the throat. Good. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. On your next inhale, rise up. Go ahead and release that right foot down. And then take a bend in the left. Left knee, cross at the ankle. Rest one hand on the ankle, one hand on the knee. Nice and tall. Inhale here. And then as you exhale, hinge forward. Move nice and slowly till you come to your edge. And then get comfortable with the uncomfortable and use your breath. And maybe with each exhale, you can hinge a little bit closer. If not, just hang where you are. Long, deep breathing. Use that ujjayi breath. Keep those toes, that foot flexed. The left foot is flexed. And another option too would be to release the hands down to the earth and round the chin to the chest. So that's another deeper stretch. I can always go a little bit deeper on one side than the other. So honor yourself. A couple more breaths here. Good. Last one in through the nose. Release. And then inhale to come up. And release that foot down onto the earth. Start to just rise up onto those toes and then sink back onto those heels. So we rise up onto the toes and then we lift the toes up. So just bringing some movement, some flow. Good. Awesome. Now take that right hand and bring it over to the left knee. The left arm comes down. Inhale the arm up. And then as you exhale, take a nice little side bend. Look up past the elbow. There's no tension in the jaw. Breathing nice and deep. It's nice to stay here for 3 to 5 breaths. Inhale, come back to center, release the arm down, and then cross, take that left arm, plant it onto the right knee, right arm comes down, inhale to lift, and exhale to take that side bend, gazing up past the elbow if it's okay with your neck. Soft jaw, long, deep breathing. Really feel that down into the hips. Maybe get a little bit more of a side stretch or a side bend. Good. Inhale, come back to center. Release the arms down. Big shoulder shrug here. And we're going to come into a meditation for the throat chakra. So bring your hands into Gyan Mudra. So it's the thumb and the index finger come together. Sit nice and tall. Shut down your eyes. And I want you to bring your awareness to your throat. So start with the hands first at 90 degrees. And then very slowly tilt them forward until you get to about between 45 and 60 degrees. And the thumbs and those fingers kind of point are also at an angle. And you can even, with the eyes closed, move them slowly and you'll feel your throat chakra, you'll feel your throat engage. And once you get to that space, stay there. And then the breath is going to inhale as we sip through, like we're sipping through a straw. Pausing at the top. And then exhale, Ujjayi breath, that Darth Vader sounding breath. Inhale to sip, hold your breath up at the top as long as you can, and then exhale, Ujjayi. That audible breath, and really release all the breath out of your body, bringing the navel right to the spine. Those 3 fingers on both hands are nice and soft. They just hang there. Sit with a nice tall spine. Crown of the head is reaching up towards the heavens. Tailbone roots down through the earth. And as you flow through this meditation, think about how you speak your truth in the world. What's your relationship to speaking your truth? Is it something you're starting to discover? Is it uncomfortable? Is it something you're passionate about? Do you want it to be different than it is? And remember, suffering is when we want things to be different than they are. So however you communicate your truth is perfect right now. And if you want it to be different or change it in any way, that's okay. But know that however you speak your truth now is perfect. Few more seconds here. Make sure those elbows don't start to come to the midline. So everything stays out, chest is open, throat is open. Those fingers are nice and soft. Feel that connection to the earth through the bottoms of your feet. You have chakras at the bottom of your feet, foots of chakra, earth chakra. So feel that connection. Good. On your next inhale, sip in. Hold your breath up at the top. Squeeze everything from your root chakra all the way up to the crown. Let that energy rise up. Keep holding. And exhale, float those hands down onto your knees or onto your lap, palms face up. So when palms face down, we're grounding. When palms face up, we're receiving. Sit nice and tall. Keep that chest open. Breathing is long and deep and sweet. And sit in this receiving state and allow yourself to receive all the wonderful, all the love, all the beauty that this world has to offer. Allow that to be received through the palms of your hands, through the essence of your being, through your body, your mind, and your soul. Sit in stillness. Observe the rise and the fall of your chest and your belly. Take the left hand and bring it over the belly button, and take the right hand and place it right over your heart. Connecting with your heart and with your gut, with your second brain. Giving yourself all of the love that you give out every single day, all of the compassion that you give out to others, giving that now to yourself. And feel that sweet breath, that prana, that life force that moves in and out of your body. And sit in gratitude. Gratitude for this beautiful body, for this beautiful life, for these beautiful experiences. Counting our blessings, even if we don't have everything that we want yet, knowing that we will have everything that we ever need. And as you hold this position, take a moment to check in with your body, with your physical body, your mental body, your emotional body, your spiritual body, and notice if there's any differences, any shifts, any space that you've created in any of these bodies during this time together. And then bringing the hands together in prayer positions with the thumb rests at the breastbone. Bow the face slightly towards the fingertips. Giving yourselves gratitude for taking the time for you to stretch, to work on stability, on strength. To open and balance your throat chakra, and to sit in gratitude. The moment to cultivate an intention of love and peace from your heart center and allow it to come out through your fingertips and go out to the whole world. Out into the universe, knowing that whatever you put out comes back to you. I wish you all peace and presence. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. Namaste.